Reports from our colleagues at NBC in Haiti tonight that it will take a very long time, a period measured in generations perhaps, to find out the human magnitude of the earthquake in Haiti, to find out how many thousands of people have lost their lives. Millions more finding themselves homeless and displaced tonight, including the country's own president. As the true extent of the devastation becomes clear, the stories of those that survived the earthquake and what they saw become all the more harrowing. Here are some of those survivors in their own words.
We were walking around about 100 miles north of Port-au-Prince, and we felt the earthquake, but it was just a small earthquake up there. But we heard a rumor that it had hit Port-au-Prince really hard, so we came here as soon as we could. And we got here, and Jillian was my wife and also one other person were trapped. There's a staff that always works here, a Haitian staff, and they had already started to, they dug a hole through the concrete ceiling of this house where they were caught. And we went in, and I pulled her out. I mean, it took them hours and hours. She was in there for 10 hours. It was an extremely emotional time. Jillian is doing okay. She has some major bruises, and she's having a hard time walking. There was another person trapped with her who we think broke his leg, and there was another staff member here who we think she actually lost both of her legs. There are dead people. There are people dying on the streets. There are injured on the streets. There are so many people here that need help, and it's absolutely horrible.
Because the shaking was so violent, I actually fell to my knees. I had one baby in my arms at that point, and I shielded her, and I shielded the closest baby, who was on the floor just fine, and I just had to wait it out.
We need more people down here! Are they alive? 3 alive. 3 alive.
At our two compounds, which are located just a couple of miles from the palace and sort of at ground zero, the entire neighborhood has been devastated. It is absolute chaos and pandemonium. I didn't sleep last night, but I walked through the neighborhood and just down the street from where we are, a massive fire broke out in one of the homes that had already been pretty much destroyed by the earthquake. And there were thousands of people in the streets, and the wails and the moaning and the crying of people who were desperate was overwhelming, to be honest. And I don't know how I got out of it alive. Quite frankly, I watched the buildings pancake down one on top of another. It was absolutely the most horrific thing I've ever seen.